Film is literature. We're here. We're back. I'm
Yes.
Justin. This is
Oh,
Kaiser. What's up?
nothing much, Justin. Just we here doing another movie. Um,
Yes.
Netflix must sees or must see.
Yeah,
So
this is we chose a Netflix original that came out this year, a 2025 movie.
yes,
Like, um, wow. Like this is definitely the newest movie that we have done. I'll let you introduce the movie this time. You go right ahead.
we went along and did Back in Action with Jamie Foxx and Cameron Diaz. They also played together in Annie. Did you realize that?
No,
Probably
I did
didn't.
not. I never saw that one. No.
Yeah. Jamie Foxx was the rich guy, and Cameron Diaz was the Miss Flanagan, the wicked stepmother or
Oh, yeah, the
orphan.
stepmother. Okay.
Yeah. So, like I said, two CIA operatives that fell in love because they was always undercover, and then you know had when you fall in love, you have relations, and someone got pregnant. Cameron Diaz in this case.
Yeah.
Um,
Would have been a different movie if Jamie Foxx got pregnant.
It'd been sci-fi.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sci-fi.
And I probably would have just turned it off. That would have been too much, probably, I think.
Way too much. Way
Yeah.
too much. Way too much. But yeah, the this basic spy movie. Spy goes quits, retires, and then spy gets back into action, right? Because
Hence the name.
right, back into action because something happens. You know, Justin, to be honest with you, it's a decent kids movie.
Yes.
My young teenager loved it.
Oh, good. This movie is it's rated PG-13, and it is 100%, I think, made for like middle schoolers.
Hmm.
Uh, to me, there's like two versions of PG-13. There's like that PG-13 where it's like middle schoolers, and then there's that PG-13 where it's like maybe this could be rated R instead.
Yeah, this was this was the former and the front.
Yeah.
Yeah, this definitely wasn't that on the cusp of rated R.
No,
Um,
not at all. And by the way, Cameron Diaz and Jamie Foxx were also in Any Given Sunday together.
really? Oh, they partners. So, I mean, okay, that's good.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
that's what's that movie? 1999 now. So that movie 26 years old.
yeah, that was a pretty decent movie. I mean, they're pretty good actors. I mean, Cameron Diaz more so than Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx is just talented in all kind of areas.
Yeah, I think Cameron Diaz definitely is the better actress, but I also think what helped was she found her like all her characters are about the same. Like she doesn't step outside the box. I think Jamie
Right,
Foxx really switched it up throughout the years. He started off as just a super funny guy. Now he's then he got kind of serious. Then he got you know, like super serious and like let me win an Oscar type. And then now he's kind of like in a middle where it's like I'm serious, but I'm also funny.
right. Yeah, those roles that has depth, a little more depth.
Yeah,
This role is almost like that. It's funny, but then it goes into some serious moments because
yeah,
of what they're going through.
yeah.
So
And it's Jamie Foxx though is talented in other areas. I did have his CD back in the day.
yeah, comedy, CD. He's a good series actor. Like
Yeah,
I think he had a show. I forgot Jamie Foxx show. What
the
I'm
Jamie
talking
Foxx show. Yeah, that
about.
was
Yeah,
like I love
yeah,
that show. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, he played in a couple of other Netflix specials. It was
Hmm.
like Project X or something or something X.
Something like that. So
Yeah,
yeah, something. I forget what it was called. Yeah, he's definitely been in like I think this was like his fourth Netflix movie.
yeah, yeah.
Project Power. That's what it was.
Power, yeah.
Yeah.
Project Power. Yeah, he
Yep.
played in. He also played in Stealth. You remember Stealth?
Yeah, Stealth. Yeah, that was a pretty decent movie. Yeah.
Yeah, it was something to watch. It was some.
Yeah.
I mean, the best part of it was what's the lady name? Justin Timberlake's wife,
Jessica
Bill.
Biel.
Just
Yeah.
that's the best part of the movie for me. But
It's always the best part when she's in the movie.
yeah, the best part of the movie for me.
Yeah, I
But
think He's had a lot of good movies. Collateral, the one that he did with Tom Cruise, is probably my favorite Jamie Foxx movie.
I don't think I saw that. I might have seen it. I think I seen it.
Well, we're gonna have to put that on our list. So basically, he plays a cab driver and
Yes, and they drive into different.
yeah,
Yeah,
to Killings. Yeah,
yeah, that's funny.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's a. It, I really like that movie a lot. I watched it a lot when it first like came out on DVD.
yeah,
But this
but
movie, Back in Action, you know, it actually was better than I expected.
oh, well, the funny thing is, I didn't expect anything because I cut this on before you said something about, hey, let's do Back in Action.
Okay,
My daughter was watching it,
nice.
and okay, Jamie Foxx. So I kind of watched it with her, was sitting there, and
Yeah,
it's okay. I mean, it's not a movie I'm gonna go to. It's not something I'm gonna go to the movie and spend $15 to go see.
no,
Um, so it's not that type caliber of movie. However, my daughter loved the movie. She said,
okay.
"Daddy, I can come do the podcast myself,"
Heck yeah,
um, because she's 13, so of
yeah.
course she loves the movie.
Oh yeah,
I just didn't get like this some of the nuance of the movie. I just didn't understand, especially with if it's a 2025 movie.
yeah,
And technology and stuff, like you can't fall off the grid in a city. And in the city, he's a soccer coach, and knows damn have no job. I don't even understand that, but
yeah. That was one of my pet peeves too. Like
yeah,
they hid in plain sight. It's not like they moved to the mountains or they did. At least move them to a different country or something. Like,
something right. Move to a different country. Okay, you change your names. Where are you getting money from to buy a
but they
house?
didn't even really change their names. They still had their same first name.
Yeah, well, it's just crazy. And then for two super disciplined, well trained fighting people, they got these bad. They weren't bad kids; they were sassy kids.
Oh, big time.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, especially if you're trying to stay off the grid, you want to make sure that you don't have a print, a social media imprint, or it's just
Yeah.
a internet print. And they wasn't hiding.
No. It,
So
like it made me wonder how did they even last 15 years? Like this movie actually would have just been a lot better if they were like 5 years later, maybe instead
right,
of 15. Like and somehow just made the kids like maybe they already had kids or something. I don't know, but like we didn't need the 15 years. And then also not just that, like if you think about it, so the plot of the movie, spoiler alerts by the way, like hopefully people that are watching have seen this movie. Basically they stole like a key that controls like technology, I guess.
right.
Okay, there's no way that key is still going to work 15 years later.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. It would be even relevant,
Yeah, like
right?
because
It's
technology. Think about so 15 years ago, we're talking about 2010. 2010.
mhm,
iPhones, what were just kind of becoming a thing.
2010. Yeah.
There's like we didn't have smart TVs really then. Like,
Nope. Nope.
and
Nope.
you're gonna say like they made a key that controlled everything, which okay, I believe that. But there's no way 15 years later that same key works.
Right. It works that good for somebody to kill, somebody to take your kids.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find you, in MI6 in the country, out of the country. It's crazy.
Yeah, and he sold it for $200 million. Like, first of all, that price seems way too low for
Right.
like if this key was real, I feel like it should be like $200 billion.
Right. Something. Yeah.
It kind of reminded me of like Austin Powers when Doctor Evil's like, we're gonna capture the world or whatever. Like, give us $1 million, and everybody laughed at him. Like, I thought
Right.
that's what it kind of reminded me of when he said 200 billion. I was like, really? Like, come on.
Yeah, that's why I said this is one of those. Yeah, I'm glad I watched. I didn't pay no money for it.
Oh yeah.
And if you think about it, like the fighting scenes, they fought. I mean, people had guns, and they never shot nobody, or they never shot
Never.
at nobody.
Yeah.
In my mind, spies are trained to kill. They never shot nobody. They was fighting. And then 15 years later, you still as sharp as you were, You know, nah, you hasn't been doing anything. You've just been a mom. You,
Yeah.
you know this, or you just been a dad. I mean, a soccer coach. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it was way too kid friendly in that part because I feel like they could have made it a little more. First of all, the whole movie itself could have been more adult, but especially the part where, like you're saying, they never really shoot or stab or anything. They just he's using like a Diet Coke bottle with Mentos as a
Right.
weapon. Like it's like, come on, man! Like you can't give this guy like some kind of like gas bomb, like just like I understand maybe you don't want him to kill people, but use something that a spy would use. Don't be using like a traffic cone or
Right.
like
Right.
the
Every day.
gas
Every day.
bomb.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah.
So yeah,
And then the story that they gave their kids, it just wasn't matching. Like, come on. I mean, you could have did better than that. Maybe it was a rush movie, just trying to get something out there, have
well,
some.
and that does lead to this was the movie they were making when Jamie Foxx had like his brain aneurysm or whatever it was that he had. Remember where
Oh,
he almost died?
yeah, yeah. This was
So they
it.
were they were making this movie. So maybe that kind of changed up everything. You
Oh,
know, I don't know the story. I couldn't really figure it out, but maybe they changed up some of the writing of the movie because they were like, "Oh, now we need to just go ahead and get it done when he gets healthy." It
yeah.
kind of, because now it's been sitting around. It's like, okay, we don't want to
He spent
cost any
money,
more
right?
money. Yeah.
Yeah, because I could have. I just, yeah, and then it was, to me, it was a little too long. They kind of drew it out with the, they just drew it out like with the fight scenes at the end. I already then, to me, I already kind of knew who was going to be the bad guy. He
It
got double
was
cross. Yeah,
yeah, it was I mean, just under 2 hours, which is way too long for a movie like this, and you're starting to see that be a trend nowadays anyways, I think, with movies where they're just making them longer and longer for no reason. But yeah, I think you're right, man. I think it was it kind of I actually like though that they who they made the bad guy. I kind of like that part of the movie. Like, yeah, you might have been able to see it coming, but I like that they kind of changed it up and made it somewhat interesting. Like they could have gone the easy route there and just been like, oh, it's actually, you know, um, the bad guy that we thought it was from the very beginning.
Oh, you talking about the yeah. Well, I knew it wasn't gonna be him. That would just be too obvious, right?
Well, yeah,
But
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
yeah, but it had to be somebody on the inside, and the only person on the inside that was a character was him.
Yes.
So it's like, okay, when he became the bad guy, like you guys didn't know. Um, yeah,
And then also when he comes back and he finds them, in their after they've been hiding for 15 years, he's literally just like, "Oh, what's up, Chuck? Like, how you been?" Like, there's no like, "Oh my God, you found us!" Like,
right.
Jamie Foxx immediately was just like dapping him up, and I'm like, dude, like, can we be realistic here?
But if you're a
Yeah,
spy, do spy stuff. Pop up
yeah,
on his chair. Pop up in his living room. It's like, hey, what's going on? Jamie. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Stuff like that. Pop up in his chair. Don't be in his front door. Um, that was wild.
yeah, yeah. That and there was a lot of moments in this movie where I just felt like it was just too. Like you said, they're very much playing like this movie almost could have been PG if you just get rid of a couple, a couple of the fight scenes probably.
Right, right. It was underwhelming.
Yes, but I will say though, Jamie Foxx and Cameron Diaz did do pretty good acting. Glenn Close, who plays Cameron's mom, obviously
Oh,
great actress.
great. Yeah.
And
She
then
was
you have,
good. Yep.
yeah, I mean, even the guy that does play Chuck, Kyle Chandler. I don't know if you know him.
Mm-mm.
He was in Friday Night Lights,
Okay. Yeah.
like the TV show.
No, I don't know him.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only thing really that I know him from. But I like the girl too. The girl that played the daughter. She apparently this was like her first movie.
Oh, she was okay. And
Yeah.
maybe I didn't really care for her because she's a smart. I have all girls, so and I wish they would, do it. Of course, you get to the whole point of boys and things of that nature. However, but just the way she spoke to her parents, because her parents was quote unquote not cool,
Yeah, not cool.
right? And you know, And then at the end, she saw it all with her parents because they are now cool. My parents are spies. They can't tell nobody, but they know. It's just weird.
I will say, I did like that this movie. So the way it started, I was like, oh, the comedy, because instantly I was like, oh God, they're gonna, throw a bunch of like comedy little scenes and lines in here.
Right.
And the first couple ones, I was like, oh, this is bad. Like I'm gonna hate this. But as it got going, like there was like actually some funny moments in this movie that I was kind of like, oh wow, they actually did a good job of like, somewhat keeping me entertained. Like the story of the movie I thought was really bad, but they at least kept me entertained.
Yeah. I don't know if it was really bad. I just think it was a movie that you already saw. I saw this movie before somewhere.
Yeah, 20 times probably.
Right.
I mean, I guess right off the bat, it kind of reminded me a little bit of Mr. and Mrs. Smith with Brad Pitt and Angel.
Yeah. Yeah. You can. Yeah. Yeah. I can see that.
They're doing some kids.
Right. They're doing some kids. They had a mixed couple.
Yeah.
So yeah.
By the way, all right, the mixed couple, whatever. I'm not getting whatever. But for some reason, it just popped in my head. They never. All right, you got Cameron Diaz as your wife, okay? We never get a scene where Jamie Foxx is just like making out with her. Like, dude, if I'm him, I'm throwing that in there. I'm like, hey, I'm playing my husband. Like,
that might be. Yeah, but that might be in her rider. She don't do kissing scenes. People, if they do a kissing scene, you don't see her face. You see her hair.
Yeah, so it's somebody else.
Yeah, it might just be in her rider. Like she's a good actor.
I don't know, dude. They had like to be playing a married couple, they had horrible chemistry. Like, there's no way if I'd watched this movie and not known they were married,
right?
I would believe that they were just like
friends.
Two agents. Yeah, friends. Yeah,
friends. Because there wasn't no touching. It wasn't no hugging. It wasn't even no pecks. You're right. They didn't have no hug scenes.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, there was not like they fist bumped a couple of times and did like a handshake once or twice.
Yeah. That was yeah. And not saying Cameron Diaz is not hot enough to do that. I just think they just dropped the ball on some of the chemistry of married life, like smack him on the butt, something like that. But I know you can't do that because she's an actress, right? She's that actress. But again, you swap them in and you get a butt double.
Yeah. I mean something. I mean just something to make you believe that they're actually married and like each other.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I mean, go ahead.
So this movie's been top 10 on Netflix for a while now. I guess, are you ready to dive into our categories, or you got anything else?
Nothing else. Like I said, the movie was just a boilerplate. It's like a housing community.
Yeah,
all the houses look the same.
Yeah, this is a movie literally where I can watch. Like, if this movie came on while I'm doing something, I'll leave it on. But there's 200 movies that are the same.
Yes.
And it's like, you could literally turn it on at any moment and be like, okay, like.
You won't miss anything. I could tell them. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but you know what, though? Like I said, they actually did a pretty decent job. So I gave it 2.5 stars, by the way. About a 2.5 out of 5, which is like just right in the middle. There's nothing bad about this movie. There's nothing good about this movie. It's
entertaining.
There. Yeah, it's entertaining. Like, and what helped was the fact that it was Jamie Foxx and Cameron Diaz. But
right.
Yeah, let's dive into one of our categories here. Favorite scene. Did you have a favorite scene?
No.
No. Yeah.
No. No. I'm thinking. I had to really think about it. I didn't have a favorite scene. The least favorite scene is I didn't have a favorite scene.
I have a least favorite. My favorite scene I wrote down just because I think it's when the movie actually gets going, and that's when they get in that fight in the club when they're trying to get their daughter. Like, because I guess it was an unexpected. Like, I didn't expect that. Like, I mean, I knew at some point they were gonna, like, go back to being spies or whatever. But I don't know. I guess I just didn't expect it to happen in a club full of like teenagers.
Because it don't make no sense. Like, you can't rationalize. You think in a club for the teenagers, everybody has a phone.
Yeah.
And then facial recognition. Recognition. And as soon as somebody hit, your face is on the internet. So now somebody knows, especially from, you're talking about the the private agencies they looking for you we want it. So it doesn't make any sense. Like,
But also like, why did it have to be a club? Like the dogs are 14. Like, I mean, I know there are probably some 14-year-olds going to clubs and stuff, but like, I just think they could have just it. Like somehow this is my favorite scene, but yet I still am like, this makes no sense.
yeah, to me, I think the reason they did a club is because she was so defiant.
Oh yeah,
So
true.
she was so defiant. So she's going to do something. It could have been club. I'm glad it wasn't sex.
Oh
But
yeah, yeah, that would have been even worse.
yeah. So, but yeah, and then what teenager or even young adult is going to confront your parents? Both of them in there.
Exactly,
Your
dude. Yeah,
parents.
exactly.
That didn't make any sense. Like he's running the whole club, and all of a sudden, nah, you're not taking her nowhere.
Yeah,
Really, guy? Really?
and it was like not even the guy that was with her. It was just
Not
some other
not
guy.
even the guy that's with her. Yeah, and that didn't make any sense. Like,
No.
and it didn't look like she was. She's a nice looking young girl. Don't get me wrong, but she looked like hot to death. That she like, yeah, it wasn't one of those things. I just lost my mind because she looked so good.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah. It was,
crazy. So,
but I do like it because it gets the story going. Because as we said, we have a least favorite scene. I have a least favorite scene. So the fight in the club gets the story going because at that point I'm super bored with this movie already. And that leads to my least favorite scene, which is not really a scene, but literally the whole first 20 minutes of that movie. Like, I did not like when they stole the card, when they got in the plane crash, and when they, you know, basically when it first shows them in their new life. I did not like any of that. None of it. We could have just
right.
put that in a 2-minute segment, got it over with. It was awful.
What's the purpose? So they can escape.
I
And,
mean, I think they wanted just to show us like their background. Like, so the last movie we did was Interstellar, right?
right.
And like, we talked about that in that movie a little bit, where before he goes to space, they did a great job of showing us life on Earth and having us care about these characters. And that's basically what this movie's trying to do. They're like, hey, here's their background, before,
Mhm.
this is why they're hiding. But they did a horrible job. I did not care about them at all.
So I mean, if you think about it, to be honest, I got somebody pregnant that I work with.
Yeah.
Other than that, I wasn't. It wasn't somebody. I can say I didn't. They didn't like each other, but they getting married off the soon as she's pregnant.
Yeah.
She said, "Yes, I'm in 100%." Then you quit everything, like and run off with this lady, or she run off with him. Like,
Yeah.
really, it just didn't make any sense.
No.
This didn't make any sense. And then we already talked about the 15 years. Nobody found them. They not on social media. Nobody knows anything.
Yeah.
And you got all these secret agencies that look at people every day. They never been on a trip. But I don't know.
They could have at least like changed up their looks or something too. Like they literally looked exactly the same.
Exactly the same. Like they wasn't hiding.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just
That's
didn't make
why.
any sense.
Yeah, that's why I literally say the first 20 minutes of this movie, I'm just so bored because also I just thought the whole first part was just cheesy. Like where they're stealing the car, they get in a little fight, they run away, they're on the airplane, they're acting just stupid on the airplane. Just all of that was just literally. That's probably some of the worst 20 minutes of movie that I've seen in a very long time.
It
Actually.
was definitely a waste.
Yeah.
Definitely a waste.
Yeah.
Definitely. But
That,
I'm trying to think about another bad scene.
yeah.
So
What's
let
your
me tell you a good
what's
scene. I can tell you a good scene.
okay?
Now, a good scene to me was when they was at the gas station. Now, there's another fight scene. It was pretty cool. Now, I wouldn't try it at home because I just don't understand. He has the gas thing in his hand. I mean, the gas pump in his hand, and he lit it up like it's shooting out. It shot out fire. I mean, great. But they eluded the MI6.
Yeah.
They went down that road and he shot the tire and then he shot the chain so nobody could follow him. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I agree. That was actually a really cool scene, and I like that. They somewhat showed us that they were in England because the kids go inside and get a English breakfast or whatever it was.
Right. But then again, the drawback for that, the mom gets the car.
Yeah.
The kid's sitting there talking about, I'm not getting in that car with y'all. What? What kind of crap is that?
Yeah.
I'm not getting in the people around here trying to kill them, and they're saying they're not getting into a car. It's like this is the thing.
Yeah, just more like every scene in this movie to me, I can question. What's your least favorite scene though? What was your least favorite?
Same part.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you think about it, when you look at it, it doesn't make any sense. Like when the plane had hit the mountain, the guy flew out, and I'm just standing here, like I'm standing in front of the guy because he got the case in his hand. Why didn't I fly out with him? You see what I'm saying? Like, stuff like that. And then the plane lands on the cliff and it's falling off the cliff. It's going down. It hit something, and then they still on there talking. Like, it just didn't make any sense. Yeah, that's yeah. I didn't like that. And then at the end, it's just long.
Yeah, the whole movie, the whole movie is really long. They could have cut out 30 minutes of this movie. I will say though, another scene that I did kind of like was, this might sound crazy because, but I did actually kind of somewhat like the ending. Like,
which part of the ending?
Like basically the very end when they kind of reveal that they didn't find the guy's body, and it's like, because at least it adds a little bit of intrigue, like, so I guess we'll get a sequel.
Yeah, and that's all it was. We're gonna get a sequel. We didn't find his body, and then her dad, like they introduced the dad at this point.
Yeah, which is, so I like that. Like if you're, I'm not sure if I want to watch a sequel or not, but at least they set it up in a good way. At least it's not just being like, oh, by the way, we have a second movie. Like at least now it's like, oh, okay, we'll know what it's about.
I don't know. I didn't particularly care for it, but
yeah,
it was okay. I mean, it was okay. They couldn't find the body. It was an explosion. Why wouldn't you find the body?
Well, that's kind of what I'm thinking too. Was like, I don't think you're gonna find his body. Like,
yeah, you'll find his. You should have found some remains.
Yeah, well, it's a huge explosion in the water. I mean, it could have drifted away, exploded into so many pieces.
Not that fast. I mean, you'd have found some kind of skeleton or something, but he didn't have. Yeah, but it's like I said, it's a good movie for 12, 13, maybe 14-year-olds. So, but for the trained eye and the trained eye when you're talking about this secret spy stuff. I didn't watch so much spy stuff that
there's so many spy movies now.
You have to come with it.
I did like that they did the MI6 though. Like,
yeah,
because what is that? That is what's that? Mission Impossible MI6.
Mission Impossible is MI6,
yeah.
But that's what MI6 stand for.
Oh no, I have no idea. But I'm saying like Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible, he's part of MI6.
Right, I know you're saying. I just thought, Mission Impossible is Mission Impossible 6.
No, I don't think that's I don't think that's what it stands for. No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like, I didn't never knew that. I thought you was telling me something.
He says what it stands for in the movie, like the first movie, but I don't know what it is. Let's move into do you have a favorite character?
You know what? I did like the grandfather, the young grandfather.
Nigel?
I did like him. He played the idiot. He played the idiot. Like, he played the part. I did like him.
See, I think
go ahead.
Yeah, we're disagreeing on that one for sure.
You don't like Nigel?
No, not at all. I'm putting him down as my least favorite character.
Okay. Yeah, I liked him.
I felt like he was over the top, I think. It was too much.
Too much of what? He didn't do nothing.
It was just he was too dumb. He was too dumb.
Well, I mean, he had to play his part because the grandma she's the cougar, and I guess he's the I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes, but she's the cougar. He's taking care of him, and trying to teach him how to be a spy, and he's like a baby spy. Yeah, I like it. But I'm about to say my favorite character.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I wasn't a fan of him at all. My favorite character was actually the Grey Mother. I like the Grey
right.
Mother.
I knew you were
I
gonna say
think.
I like the grandmother too.
Yeah, well, first of all, I think Glenn Close is just the best actress in this movie, so that definitely helps. But I
Yes.
don't like I like the way that she, I liked every scene that she was in, and I think her part of the story almost made the, her part of the story was probably the best part actually. Like, trying to reconnect with their mother, like they need her help. She's gonna help. Like now she wants to be part of her grandkids' lives. Like that part of the story, actually, I'm like, that's cool. Like that actually, I have no questions about that.
Yeah, it does play into it plays into why people do what they do or why they treat
Yep.
their kids the way they treat their kids. And she
Yep.
was a spy and she had to work and had to make sure that you were taken care of. So she was, risking her life to do that. So, and that's why
Exactly.
I couldn't do certain things.
Yeah. So I think overall, great mother. Great mother.
Great mother.
Cameron Diaz, I'm not sure if she's a great mother, but uh, Glenn Close was a great mother in this movie. Who's your least favorite character then?
My least favorite character is the boy. About to say the boyfriend. The dude that gave the news. That not the boyfriend, but the dude that liked her. He
Oh,
didn't make any sense. He was the cop,
Baron.
MI6 guy.
Baron.
That's his name, Baron. Yeah,
Yeah.
he didn't make any sense. He
No.
didn't make any sense at all. I mean, he was on a power trip. He was just
Well,
silly.
yeah, and it goes back to if you want him to be like in love with her, which I guess he was or whatever, maybe show me. Don't just keep telling me. Like,
Right,
show me something. Like they kept saying it, and I'm like, okay, that's cool, but I'm not getting that vibe at
right,
all.
right.
Like he could just been like a agent that wanted their job or something, like
I
which would have
mean,
made more sense. I don't
he
know.
made it seem like he wanted her, but it was it was just stupid.
Yeah,
But that's the 13-year-old thing. Like, I mean, that's the PG-13 piece of it. Like, it's so
yeah,
silly that it's like sickening.
yeah. So do you think this movie would have been? Do you think we would have enjoyed this movie better if they just cut out all the kid stuff and made it like
No,
adult? No.
it'd have been a Mission Impossible.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
It'd
it
have
would
been
have
a
been
Mission
worse.
Impossible.
It would have been worse.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The stuff that I mean, people can't really do all the stuff that they did. They didn't. They made sure they didn't get shot at.
Yeah.
Um,
Dude, yeah,
they,
they never once got hurt.
right. I mean, out of all the stuff they did, they never got hurt. The yeah, yeah.
Insane.
So yeah, it was. I'm just trying to figure out where did they get the weapons, where did they get the money from to get all the stuff. Like it just wasn't realistic. Like
Nah.
so, I don't know.
Yeah. Just the whole plot of the movie just didn't make no sense at all.
Right, right. It's just yeah, they didn't. Yeah, but like I said, it's for a 13-year-old, and my 13-year-old loved it.
That's perfect. And they did their job. Congratulations. Couple of our last little categories here. Nudity. Obviously, I'm gonna go with a no because it's PG-13 and it's made for kids. But I will say though, Cameron Diaz.
I knew he was gonna go there.
I
Like, I
mean,
wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind
yeah.
seeing something.
I mean, I still think of her in The Mask. Remember The Mask? Like, oh man,
Yeah, yeah.
like
I
I'm
remember. I
so
remember her in
unsure.
Charlie's Angels.
Charlie's Angels. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So
What about there's something about Mary? Like, she put the,
yeah,
she did the thing with her hair.
yeah. I mean, look, Cameron Diaz is pretty hot.
Yeah. She did not show it off in this movie though. It was kind of weird. They could have
She
had at
was a
least one
mom.
scene.
She was a mom in
Yeah,
this movie.
man, you could have had one scene. Um, could The Rock, like, okay, let's put The Rock in this movie as any role. Put The Rock as anybody in this movie. How much worse is it?
He had to be an MI6 agent. He had to be one of the goons.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, or maybe a bouncer at the club that they went in there first.
I'm saying, I actually think, yeah, if you put The Rock in like a small role in this movie as like a bouncer at the club or one of the goons from the MI6, I think
Right.
that fits him perfectly.
I mean, he didn't do nothing else. I mean, again, The Rock is too big to be in movies.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's too big to be in
He's
movies. To be honest with you, I mean, unless it's like a football movie. Yeah. I was
he
about
needs to
to say,
get off the steroids for a couple of cycles, man, and get down to normal. Like,
normal size, like
yeah,
normal size.
yeah. I mean, even Arnold Schwarzenegger did it for some movies. Like,
Yeah, but the Rock probably not. Well, actually, he is getting paid. He's getting one to be the highest paid actors. So
yeah,
he
yeah.
getting
Just
up there.
because of Black Adam. Such a great movie.
Was it?
No, dude,
Oh,
I haven't seen it, but everybody says it was like the worst.
yeah. Yeah. I started looking at it. I can't finish it.
No, yeah. I mean, it looks awful. I don't watch any of the Rock's movies actually.
Yeah, yeah. I watched some movie. He was in a helicopter, a fireman or something.
Oh yeah, I saw
Horrible,
some of that. I saw
horrible,
some of that one.
horrible.
Yeah. All right. All
Oh,
right. So
sorry. Yeah, yeah.
last category here. Do we want to see a sequel, a prequel, or do we want to see him do a TV show?
I'd rather them do a TV show, but we're going to see a sequel.
We are definitely going to see a sequel. I would prefer if this was a TV show. Yes, I think it could actually be better if it was a TV show.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But I don't even know what else could they do. It couldn't be back in business. What else are they going to do?
Yeah, I mean, a prequel. Honestly, maybe a prequel could work. We could see what they were like before they went into hiding.
They were just fighting crime, finding stuff. I mean,
maybe that could be a good movie. None of the above really works though. Like, this is the thing where you just put it off to the side and you're like, that was a one-time deal. Back in action. Y'all watch it randomly when you're bored while you're cleaning the house.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
when you're bored,
don't watch it because you're expecting to see a masterpiece.
Right. You watch it because you're bored. You're right, because you're bored. Ain't nothing else on TV. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, is there anything else that you want to say about this movie?
No, there's nothing to say about this movie.
I agree, man. I agree.
Did you find out how much it grossed? I thought I did. It was 46.8 million.
People. That's how many people watched it.
That's what that is. I thought that how much.
Yeah. So it had in the first weekend that it was on Netflix, it had 46.8 million viewers, which is the most that they've had since the Adam Project, which came out in 2020, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, the Adam Project came out in 2022. So this was the most watched movie in its first weekend on Netflix in 3 years. But yeah, they don't really have Netflix movies don't really make they don't show what they make, or never can I find out how much they cost to make either.
Right. Yeah, I tried to look that up as well.
Yeah, so I don't really. There's like it cuts away from like a lot of research. I will say it's not going to win any awards at the Oscars coming up in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, should it?
No, not at all.
Exactly.
Not at all. I think
it's lucky it's on Netflix.
Yeah, for sure. I think it'll be interesting to see though where some of these Cameron Diaz, that's the first movie she's done in 11 years.
Really?
Yeah, she hadn't done a movie since Annie. Annie was the last one she did.
Was she raising kids?
Yeah, she's had a couple of kids in real life.
Okay.
Yeah. No idea who her husband is or anything, but yeah. Do you think maybe this was a good movie for her to get back going with, or do you think she could have came back with something bigger?
I think this was some pocket change. She needed something to do.
Yeah, she's actually married to Benji Madden, the lead singer of Good Charlotte. So imagine that.
I think I knew that.
I did not know that. Did not. I'm interested to see though the girl that played the daughter, McKinney Roberts. Mm-hmm. I think she could become a star, man. I think she did a pretty decent job. Her character was a little annoying, but I felt like she did a good job of acting.
Yeah, but that's what her character's supposed to be.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
So I think she actually did a good job, man. I think she could. And Jamie Foxx, man, honestly, I've been done with Jamie Foxx for years. I think there was a point where I thought he was the best, but I don't know. It seems like his last few movies have just kind of not lived up to it for me.
Money makers. He just get a paycheck.
Yeah. I mean, like I'm looking at his movies. Honestly, since he was in Robin Hood. He was in the new Robin Hood.
He was in Robin Hood. I think he was in some Marvel thing or Spider-Man.
Yeah,
he played in a lot of movies.
He's got a bunch of movies coming out though this year or next year. Yeah, dude. Honestly, he hasn't really done a good movie since Django.
I didn't even like Django.
You didn't like Django, really? I love Django.
Nah, I didn't like it. I didn't care for it.
I thought it was a really good movie. Yeah, he was in the yeah he was in the yeah he was in the last Robin Hood movie that came out a few years ago. That's crazy. I love the Robin Hood movies. I haven't seen that one though.
Yeah, I'm looking at some of the stuff now. They got a 3.6, so they, out of 5, which is better than what you rated them. But I can agree with your 2.5 though, because it's not that
Yeah,
great.
yeah, it's just right in the middle. Like I'm not gonna say this is a bad movie. Like I got a lot of stuff to pick with it, and a lot of questions, but at the end of the day, it's not a bad. Like I'm not gonna turn it off if it's like I said, if I'm sitting there not really doing anything, kind of like maybe doing some work or scrolling on my phone, I'll leave it on.
Right. I'm sitting here looking at some of their stuff. So Cameron Diaz, she must have been in another movie, a Netflix movie, and she got paid 45 million.
Jeez.
Right. This 22 million per movie. So it's another movie that she was playing in, which
Okay.
is, yeah, I mean, but still, you talk about 45 million
Yeah, it's a lot.
pocket change for them.
But I mean, Cameron Diaz at one point in the '90s and early 2000s was probably one of the top female actresses.
Yeah, absolutely. Her, Demi Moore,
Yeah.
Drew Barrymore,
Yep.
um, shoot,
Jennifer Aniston.
Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah.
She kind of reinvented herself. She kept reinventing herself.
Yeah. I think she
So
actually did the best job out of all of them in keeping it going.
yeah, yeah. So yeah,
Because Demi Moore really faded once, I mean, not that she's still not beautiful, but once her beauty kind of went down a little bit, we
yeah.
didn't
But
see
she
more.
faded after the she when she married she became the cougar.
Yeah,
Ashton Kutcher.
yeah, Ashton Kutcher. Yeah,
Yeah.
lucky. He's a lucky guy.
Uh, yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean,
It's like to me, that's like getting a old quarterback like Dax. Like you getting, I'm gonna go grab Dax now. No Dak. I mean, my bad, Dak.
yeah.
I'm not grabbing Dak now. That's crazy. Let me go get Michael Vick. It's
There
crazy.
you go. Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. So dude, back in action. I guess nothing else to say about this movie.
Right, right. Back in action is a 2 thumbs inward, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Sh-
Um, yes. We'll try to pick a better movie for next
I
time.
mean, it's totally random though. So this is good. So
Yes.
it's totally random. So it's not like we're gonna pick a movie that we love, and because that is just
Yeah, I
get a
mean,
little bias.
yeah, if you look at like some of our last movies that we did Interstellar last, which was phenomenal. But right before that we did Barbie, which was trash. Um, we did Whiplash, which was pretty good, and The Karate Kid, which was really good. So
Yeah,
we're kind of all over the place with some of our choices.
yeah. It wasn't too bad. I mean, if we have all hitters, that'd be not really a good movie critique. Then we just be
Exactly.
just doing hitters. So
And plus, we like to choose random movies that we haven't seen before. It's not fun if we just choose movies that we've seen 100 times.
right, right, right. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
So
So there we go.
we'll pick
Kaiser.
one later.
Yeah, I'll pick one later, or you can pick one later. Yeah, you pick this time. You pick this time.
Okay, I'll go up there and look.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
might be 2 weeks for me.
That's fun.
I'm going out of town.
That's fun.
But
But you can go and pick it soon, so I can maybe watch it once or twice before then.
right, right. I'll look tonight.
Yeah.
I probably
Yeah.
ask my daughter. I know she
Even
like
dude, great idea because apparently she loved this movie. So
yeah, which is garbage, but
yeah. So I'm kind of scared on what she might choose.
right. It's another bashing session.
I mean, you never know. Maybe she'll choose something good. But yeah, dude, I'm totally down if you let her choose. I'm perfectly fine
Okay,
with it.
that
Yeah,
sounds
yeah.
good. I'll let you know by Friday.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. All right,
Okay.
Kaiser. So I guess that's it. Film is Literature. Look us up on YouTube. Comment any, thoughts or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, give us some advice.
Give us some likes. And
Yes.
maybe we can date one of you guys, ladies. No, guys, ladies.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
definitely. We've been getting some good viewers though. We've been getting some good views on our videos. People do like us, I feel like.
Okay. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
So, anyways, Kaiser, and all you people that are watching, I guess we'll check you later.
Yep.